Welcome to Actually Controller, the podcast that is actually Controller, and we are actually in control of everything you are hearing right now. I'm so very sorry.
Hello and welcome to Actually Controller. I am Jeffrey.
Sorry.
I am Bob.
I'm Steve.
I'm Chad.
And Chris.
And this is episode 7.
Episode 7. We've talked
number.
about
I got my voice back. I did listen to the podcast back like 2 episodes ago, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
I sound like ass.
Yeah, you were a little hoarse.
I got
blew
yelled
my
at
throat.
for not
Whoa, that
holding
did
the
not come out
microphone.
right. I blew my voice out. Whoa.
No, you said it right. I love when Chris blows his throat.
That's well, welcome again.
Hey, everybody.
He doesn't taste things, he mouths things.
Ooh, okay.
All right. We were saying what?
So, today, we were talking about what we should talk about, and the topic of tour stories came up.
Tours, yeah.
And speaking of, Chris blown his throat.
That did not happen. Well, I mean, wait. We can talk about that stuff happening, but
So
I'm the wrong one to look at.
Realistically, what happened while
This
we
one
were-
time in Pennsylvania.
and, like almost losing our voices while we were on our first tour, like the second day. It
No,
was-
I did lose my voice. Like,
You lost more than that.
He
lost
his
my
purity.
sanity with you
You
guys.
lost a
He
load.
lost his purity.
It was a long ride.
It was a good time though. So, and then aside of that, there was a lot of time spent on the road.
Mhm.
You know, highly recommend if you're doing like the long drawn out road thing. Make sure you're taking breaks every like 3 hours or so.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the rule.
Yeah.
That was kind of the rule.
That's
It
like
was-
my family rule too, so that made it.
It was
like,
more just for, if nothing else, gas.
Yeah. Yeah, stop, get gas.
dude.
Get
Because there were a
outstretched.
couple moments we were worried.
Yeah.
There were some sketchy
Well,
stops. I
we-
finally said no. It's either a Flying J or a pilot. We are not stopping. I don't care what gas buddy says.
Yep. Well, when
3
you're in
more
West
miles. Nope.
Virginia,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
sometimes you hear banjos and
and
you question,
Well,
is
you
the
mean-
gas
you
buddy
mean-
savings worth it?
No,
You
it's
mean at
not.
5 a.m. when we pull and we realized we lost the tag to the trailer?
Oh my. Okay, so that
was after
my
the-
brother about
the dark,
this. So
long hallway.
Most of you were asleep. Chris
Yeah.
had pulled over because he needed gas, and I'm like, man, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna hop out real quick. I'm half dazed. It's like 2 a.m. at this point, maybe 3. And I come around the back of the trailer to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I'm like, something just kind of caught my eye. I walk back, look at the trailer again. There's no damn license plate on the trailer anymore. It was a paper plate that because my brother had just bought the trailer like 2 weeks prior. It was a paper plate somewhere in the middle of the night, either in Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia. I'm not sure what state. Some state adopted a paper Indiana plate
it's
at some
fair.
point.
And that was the stop we decided we are not ever stopping anywhere sketchy again.
Yeah.
But it was the most funny part about us losing the plate, though, and hi, everyone in Pennsylvania state legislation. Maybe you should put people back at your toll booths because
Shh. No, it's fine.
we had
it's
no
all fine.
license plate, and
It's all
all of
fine.
Pennsylvania's tolls are automated.
See, you're not supposed to say this is.
Is
gonna
this
be on the
incriminating?
Internet,
This is
yeah,
incriminating,
dude.
isn't it?
Like,
No,
let's.
This is incriminating.
This is
I
a
mean, it's
retake.
15. We'll pay the 15
This
bucks
should be
or
a
whatever
retake.
it is. It's good.
Hashtag retake.
No, it's not a hashtag retake. If they want to go through the effort of
He's like,
subscribing,
I can't get in trouble. I can't, yeah,
I'm
I'm
fine.
driving. It's
Yeah.
his trailer.
This is
you're
the
just,
guy-
you're,
this is-
you're,
This is
You
the
were
guy that
asleep in
works.
the
you're
back.
asleep in the back. You were
You're
not a willing.
fine.
You're not a willing accomplice. Shoot, now
Yeah.
we're kidnapping. What are we doing?
yeah.
No, that was Chad when we loaded him in the back of the trailer. After
Actually,
we got
me
up
and him
off
were
of
just talking about
stage,
that this weekend.
Oh,
we got him
wow.
off of. We had just gotten off of stage.
That was not our
in
best
West
idea.
Virginia.
It was a fantastic idea.
And we stuck him in the back of a non-air conditioned trailer. Now, mind you, the trailer is not very big.
Blacked out trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top
Just
of that.
painted.
In the middle of the mountains in the sun. So when we opened it, the waft of air came forward, and the sweat that was just he was a mountain of sweat.
Dude. He was
It was
Well,
happening.
just
the part that's
dribbling
making this
off his
even
chin.
better.
Oh, yeah. It's-
Oh, he was
lead up to
holding
this.
everything.
Well, yeah, the reason he hopped in was he was trying to stabilize all the gear because we didn't have enough time to properly load it at the staging area. But
So we
the
had
part that made this better was that we came out of the venue area to the staging parking lot, and there was parking lot personnel there that was stopping all of the vehicles to try to get, the parking fees and all that type of stuff. And they would not let us in because we're like, well, we need to repack the trailer. Well, we don't have room here. They're going to be opening the bar. It's like, you are literally boiling a human being by stopping us right now.
No.
Let us through.
Wait, so this bar didn't open at all the whole time we were there. So we're parking in their back lot, and they wanted to stop us because it was another business's property. But they never really opened. By the time we left, they were still
never opened, and we kept trying to get across to them. One, it's going to take us 15, 20 minutes at most to reload the trailer. Two, you are literally killing a human being right now.
So setting the scene, we get done playing our 20-minute set. We're hauling ass to tear down, get out of the way, and then we're told not only that, but we have to move our trailer. So we're basically just shoving all our gear into the trailer, and then Chad's like, "Well, I'll get back there and hold things still because the case is still open.
Chad
the drums
had
are half torn down.
Organized trailer.
Yes, Chad did have a very we were not allowed to repack it. If we started to, and he just kind of look at you. And
so we shove our gear into the trailer.
What are you doing touching our stuff?
Then we turn around and Chad climbs in, and we're like, "Okay." So we shut him in.
Just go. Shut the door. Shut the door.
Probably the longest 20 minutes of his life.
Probably.
Easily.
At one point I just closed my eyes
just to drive out of the venue and go to the venue next door, and
this is going to be it. This is the end of Chad. We're not going to the next tour stop. Well, they might be, but there's not going to be a bass player.
The bass player might still be in the trailer.
No. Yeah. We'll just set him up on stage.
Let's talk about the 90 minutes of sleep we got. That
day was rough. So
it's all right. I liked it.
Well, so Jeff and Bob and Chad all managed to get some sleep after the Pennsylvania date.
It wasn't comfortable.
I don't care if it was comfy. It was still sleep.
I slept, kind of.
And Chris was driving, and I was trying to be, in some regard, the best passenger I possibly could be to only be half in and out.
We left Harrisburg at midnight, and we were going to be in Pipestem at 6:30. That was the goal.
Yeah, that was
to
the goal.
be fair, I was all the way in the back of the vehicle.
Oh, no.
What had happened was...
And it wasn't any more comfortable in the back.
Well, no, I mean, we were riding highway speed, so unless I'm screaming up to the front, "Hey, I'm awake!"
Right.
And
that's fine.
No, but we get to West Virginia, they get parked, and I start doing rounds of the grounds for the festival.
Yes,
and
I walked with
I
him.
actually, after you get done and go back, I actually meet with our liaison for the show. And it's cool, the guys are getting a little bit of sleep. As soon as
we're thinking, so at this point we're thinking 6:30 we arrive, 9 o'clock load in. So we're 2.5 hours. Okay, so you're walking the grounds.
I'm walking the grounds. I'm talking to the lady running as our liaison, and then I meet the event organizer.
And Steve and I managed to fall asleep in the front seat. And if you've ever slept in the front seat of a car, I know the back seat's not comfortable, but the front seat's not any better.
Yeah,
with a steering wheel in your crotch.
Exhausted by that point, we just kind of found a way to curl in a fetal position.
I think we almost. We probably were holding hands and cuddling at one point. I don't know.
Just so we're clear, Mom and Dad were facing each other.
We probably were.
It was like one leg propped against the other, had an arm across the belly.
I don't even know at this point. I think there was telling the truth, and I am.
We are. We are. There was cuddling. There was cuddling.
But we're in this time frame to where I'm discussing with the liaison. I'm getting information where we're going to be pulling when it's time to bring the trailer around. And then I'm doing a walkthrough with the event organizer as well.
Because we are the opener.
Yeah, we are the opener at 11 o'clock in the morning is our stage time.
By the way, it also didn't help. I think that there was a miscommunication. I think there was a moment we actually thought it was supposed to be an 11:30 slot, not an 11. And then that threw us off even more. Yeah. We got told that we had
an extra half hour sleep. That would have been wonderful.
Oh, I know.
To be fair, it was a great show. And had we gotten the extra sleep, I don't know that we would have been loopy enough to throw as good of a show as we did, honestly.
I'm walking around, and the event organizer's like, all right, why don't you guys go ahead? I need you to bring your trailer up right now.
Mm-hmm.
At 8 a.m.
Yeah.
For an 11 o'clock show.
Had to back it in.
After 90 minutes of sleep.
Yeah.
And how many
So,
miles of driving?
Like, I'm walking
How many
back.
miles of driving?
I'm walking back to the car, and I have like this feel of dread of I do not want to knock on this window.
So he doesn't because I have my window down.
I paced on the side of the car for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
I saw that. It's like, how do I wake these guys up? I don't want to be the asshole.
So finally, I reach into the window and I touch Steve on the shoulder. I'm like, Steve.
And I know I had to have had the most deadly look of dread on my face. Like,
Why are you talking to me?
you know that you're a human being, and I don't like those right now. So you don't touch, don't talk, walk away.
I'm like, I'd love to, but
So we were woken up an hour early. All I remember is like I was pissed. I was mad.
You got about
And I'm
90
like,
minutes worth of
one
sleep.
more
I
hour
was on
sleep.
about 3 hours worth of sleep that night.
I don't know exactly.
But you guys
how
were gracious.
much.
You guys had for what it's worth, we had a air mattress set up.
Yeah.
in our
And
merch.
then I tried to relax, and then it was cool. Like, hey, Chris, you need to get up and sign this. Okay.
Yeah, and
Let
actually,
me find the energy to roll
yeah,
over. And,
actually, the after effect after the show and just chilling out during the festival was really, really, really fun.
I got
Actually,
sunburned.
it was. There was
Yeah.
there was a couple.
There were
Mary and Doug. I remember them because, bless their hearts, they were so gracious about going over to not just us, but a lot of different
Oh.
bands around and just
Yeah.
buying up merch.
being the first
And-
on, there was a lot of
and
people
being
that
the
missed
first
us.
on, they admitted, "Hey, we missed you. We weren't able to see you, but we
even
listened
at
to you."
11, though, there was still like a crap ton of people.
Well, I
watching.
just remember that they only had card, not cash, and we had started loading up and we were parking, and I was still in stage gear, so
You're
I'm
running
running in these. First of all, the boots that I wear on stage, they look comfortable. They're not. So I'm running across grass, gravel, hills, and a kilt. And a
We'll get
kilt.
into that story in a minute. You just wait, Chris.
Yeah.
My wipeout. You gonna
Yeah.
laugh at my wipeout?
Yeah.
And I'm just running down the hill to where we were parking with the trailer to go get this. And then when I turned
Slid
back to
on my
look up the
face.
hill, I was like, do I have the energy for this?
Well,
Every-
keep in mind, this is all kind of in coordination of the same timing that we almost had Chad
This-
die in the
this
Oh,
trailer.
was-
that's right.
this was
There was
my
a lot
sauna.
happening at that point because we had just got
While
done. Yeah.
We're in the trailer, like trying to get the trailer over there. He's in the trailer. He had just gotten out of the trailer. We had just started unloading the gear, and I had the only phone. Well, no. We both had the only
Yeah.
phones that actually had Square Reader attached to it.
And you're both with the trailer.
Yeah, and we're both with the trailer.
With the trailer, and all of a sudden he's hauling butt over like, we got a card sale.
well, no, they like scooped up all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, heck yeah!
like, we're gonna eat at Denny's tonight, man.
No,
We're gonna
It was
eat
better.
at
We ate it.
Applebee's.
Applebee's, man.
And the whole time,
Bluefish
Chris was in love with a chick.
Bluefish Bowl.
This chick that was
Hey,
oh,
no. Time out. I was
Hey.
not the only one.
I'm not
no.
gonna lie. She
I was the
looked
most
fantastic.
vocal about it.
But it was, and she looked fantastic, and I was recently single, so it was like, oh yeah. But
He was
Okay,
he
yeah.
was he was the Kool-Aid man on it.
yeah,
He was the
and then she
freaking
had that
Kool-Aid
country
man.
twang to her voice, and I'm like, oh yeah. See, we're both the
I'm a
same. But
sucker
I was
for
like,
that.
ooh.
There's a no. We're not. No.
But
Yep.
No.
to kind of follow up, so a
Go to
lot of
Applebee's.
tour stories apparently seem to happen in a half-hour period
Oh, no.
at one show.
So
It was like a comic book situation. It was like
kinda
pipe,
was.
it was like
Really
pipes
kinda
and unfortunate events.
So first time Bob came running for the card reader.
Sure.
The first time Bob came running for the sale. The second time though, Bob didn't come running. Jeff came running.
wasn't my fault. Look, okay, so as I'm running, all right, I've got this in my head that if I don't get back fast enough, that I'm not going to.
That the
be
customers
able-
are going to walk
They're
away.
gonna walk away, you know. So I'm trying to
I
go
don't
as
like
fast.
Contrøller anymore.
I'm going as fast as I possibly can. Now, mind you, we're in the mountains, and
Everything's hilly.
And unlike I'd like to believe
uneven.
that, you know, I was born with uneven arms so that way I'm more agile on hills, that apparently is not the case. Because as I was running,
Nope.
my foot just missed. It
That
was
was
just
just-
a whiff. And I'm like, I'm running as hard as I can. So my right leg is just like, there's no gravel, there's no contact. I just straight kick.
It's a moment that
my
was
leg
it was
back.
so fast, but it was like so slow. Like we're all like,
and it was like the
watching.
dumbest. It was the dumbest fall ever because it felt like it was going in slow
see-
motion.
Oh, it was in slow motion.
it was.
So the
But
way
I
it was,
didn't
hold on.
witness. I just saw the aftermath, but the two
I
of
like
them were
slid,
watching
like,
the whole thing.
two bodies
The way it
along
was
the
described,
ground.
the way it was described to me is you did like a excuse the French, half-assed Liu Kang bicycle kick.
I mean, I could see
Because
it.
he was in mid stride, so he's expecting to keep running, and like
Exactly.
the ground's
And then
uneven.
the
So basically,
foot-
it's like his leg gave out because
It was just, like,
there's no,
kicked it
there's-
back, and I'm
he's
like,
running,
wham!
and there's
And-
no ground. Oh,
and like the first thing that hit the ground was my face.
oh.
You know, like it was like my face and my
wasn't
shoulder.
your hand
So-
up kinda
Was
down?
it in front of
my-
everybody?
My hand went down after my body and shoulder.
And then I
hit.
get up to go check on him, and he's all like, "There's people who want merch."
You gotta make the
I mean-
sale.
So
Let me
yes,
buy.
as they
I
gotta-
was still
you gotta make
worried
the sale.
about whether,
Dude.
and I ran back. I did.
You would make a killing selling cars. I'm just saying.
Let me
messed
die.
up,
Just make the sale.
Just make the sale.
When we say that we make our money off merch,
Yeah.
Come,
We definitely-
next time you come see us, come
Yeah.
say hi to Jeff.
No, man, don't make me run.
Right, I will say that I think we can all at least mostly unanimously agree that we all found a newfound love of Sheets.
Oh my goodness, East Coast.
Oh, Sheets was an amazing
Oh.
gas station.
Sheets gas station.
Yes,
Yes.
Sheets
For
guest.
context-
Yes,
for
thank you.
context-
yeah, I was just
Unaware.
thinking about that. That was the best hotel.
Yes,
we
thank
had,
you.
Too. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking like, yeah,
No,
Yeah,
Sheets
it's like-
Sheets gas station
Yeah, Sheets
is
gas
the
station was.
best creation.
who turned us onto that? Who was the?
That would have been
Give a shout out to the band.
September morning.
Yeah,
September
band
morning,
September
yes.
morning.
September morning. So we were playing the festival with them. They're like, before anything got started, they were like, if you get an opportunity, you need to go to Sheets.
And then the irony is we saw them because they pulled up after pipe
Sheets.
stand at
Yeah,
Sheets,
at Sheets.
and I'm like, hey,
It
it's
became-
seeing you, and they
it went
totally
from
had that look.
Yeah, it went from opportunity to priority. Like we got to find one.
Well,
We
yeah,
gotta find one.
yeah.
We gotta find one.
But yeah, they looked at me as I'm like, hey, how's it going? They're like,
So-
no, we're focused.
So
We're
this
focused.
means-
We're
this
here.
means on our next tour is we're heading south. We got to find a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, the
Buc-ee's, yeah.
Buc-ee's.
Well, that's west.
There's also a.
Oh, is that west?
I've been hearing a lot
I-
about
I thought that
Cane's.
was-
It's southwest.
So if
yeah,
you're not
Cane's,
I've heard a lot about
if
Cane's.
you're not gathering what we're throwing down here, if you're in a band, fall in love with different gas stations.
food, gas
Or-
station
Oh, yeah.
food.
Depending on the gas station chain.
or if you know a great gas station chain that's got
Again-
Put it in
amazing
the
food,
comments so
let
that
us
way we know
know.
where to go.
Again, don't listen to Gas
'cause
Buddy.
We're gonna be headed.
No, no,
We're gonna.
I'm not
be
even
headed
going to
out.
worry about Gas Buddy on this next one.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna be headed out East Coast again. So if there's some places we
East
need
Coast
to
and do
hit,
a circle
We'll
down
I
to
got the-
south,
Yeah.
and
Huh?
yeah.
Just
We're
let
gonna
us-
throw
No,
that
wrong
out.
way. We're going south and then circle.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I actually
so-
saved that.
Yeah, we're doing a circle.
So if you guys are seriously wanting to help us out, so
Really? And then
we
we're
are
coming
planning
back?
on leaving
Oh,
Fort
okay.
Wayne Friday, September 1st.
Yes.
Yes.
The goal is to start heading south to Indianapolis. Not these are
Oh,
regions.
so we're going
these are
back-
regions. So
Right.
So, yeah.
Knoxville, Raleigh, Richmond, the DC area, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Detroit, and we'll
If
be back
there
home by
are
the 10th.
places we
So-
need to hit, let us know.
Anyway, speaking of tours,
Speaking of tours,
Yeah.
That is the plan for the beginning of September for us this
yes,
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you listen to our podcast, thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Appreciate
but
that.
also you got a heads up before pretty much everybody else.
year.
Yeah.
Yep. But another tour story from the same tour date.
No.
No.
So while we are so Chris and I, because we had no opportunity, because we were in so early, we had no opportunity to go check into the hotel.
oh
We
god,
tried to do an early check-in. They wouldn't let us do an early check-in because they needed to do a room changeover. Either way, we couldn't get in early, so it's like, okay, let's go do the show, let's play. And then after we're done, a couple of us will at least go do the check-in. And Chris and I drive over, do the check-in. Both of us are just half dead. We almost didn't drive.
Yeah, so that would have been an edge because we had no clue where the hotel was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just chilling.
By the way,
there
a
underneath
challenge
the
when you
tent.
visit these smaller cities, count the number of Dollar Generals you encounter.
Oh,
I think,
yeah.
Oh,
I think
dude.
there were 4 from the venue to our hotel, and our hotel was like 15 minutes away.
It was a 15, 20 minute
like
drive
four
away.
$4 Generals.
$4
Like,
generals.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
mean, just
hey-
in case you need to get something generally for $1, they got you covered.
If you leave one and forgot something, you have another.
Don't go back. Just keep
Yeah.
going
Yeah, you
forward.
have
Just keep
another
going.
stop
There's another
coming
one up the road.
Yep.
Hey, you got $1 I can borrow?
that's definitely
Just
a fun
in
game to
general.
play.
So eventually, Chris and I both mustered up the energy after taking some showers and laying on the bed and contemplating life for a minute.
And cuddling.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
so-
Dutch. What?
We got up. Chad had apparently been hanging out in the merch area.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. I'm counting on you, Bob, to not make me do a lot of
no,
editing.
no.
But Chad apparently had found the perfect area in the merch booth to get sunburnt to a
man.
lobster. He was red as
He's-
red can be. He was as red as the red on
Chad's
Pirate
probably the
Flag.
most
I thought you were pointing at me.
Caucasian
I was
dude
like,
in our
what are
group,
you?
though.
The red on the
No
flag
hair,
behind you.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
no
sorry.
ha-
no,
I-
no
I
top
think-
of the hair.
Wait a minute.
You're like, I'm not
sunburn
red.
was
He
the top
could
of
literally
the
be-
head. Was the top of the head.
He could literally be in the tent, and the sun's above his eyes. And then, for those of you who can see this, so like
Yeah.
the sun's covering his eyes. He's all cool, but the whole top of his head could be in the
Yeah.
sun, and it'd be.
But
Yeah.
That was like-
eventually, by the end of the night, he had even gotten it on his face. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's toasted
He
by
was
the
a
time
lobster
we were
boy.
finally rolling
Not
out
the good kind.
and heading out back over towards the hotel, where we also ran into Sheets, ran to a liquor store, and before we headed to dinner, which was Applebee's, luckily right across the street, so we were able to walk there, where Chris found that fishbowl cups are his best friend.
Fishbowl.
Because he had found that fishbowl cups were his best friend, he decided that Chad snoring over in the corner.
Dude, I forgot
Oh,
about that.
was-
Dude, yeah, when we got back to the hotel, I hit that air mattress and I was.
He was
gone.
done. He was
Now, wait.
done.
Hold on.
The real funny thing is, I'm sitting. My brain's going. I'm slap happy because we had left. We had gotten up at Cleveland the night before, or the morning before, like what 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
something
like
So
that.
at this point, I'm up between 8:30 and 9 on
Yeah.
Friday morning, driving to Harrisburg.
Yeah, we were in
Yep.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Play a show. I'm helping as many bands as I can because that's
Yep.
what I do,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
getting drums and stuff off the stage.
Yep.
And we backlined drums, so it was even more of a concerted
It was a
effort
big
to make
old
that happen.
headache.
Yeah.
We hung out there until a little after midnight, and then we
Yeah.
drove 6.5 hours, and then we
We played a
90
show.
minutes of sleep,
90 minutes.
play a show. We get all the way to dinner. Like fast forward to like we're finally
It's
all.
like, it's like midnight when we
It
go and
is.
grab
Yeah, we
dinner
finally-
too.
no,
Yeah,
no,
no,
because it was 11. I think I probably crashed sleep about midnight.
Yeah,
so we were probably at the
actually, 'cause,
hotel about
we were-
10.
It was
Okay,
like
all right.
So me, this be
I was sick,
preface why
sunburnt.
preface why I did this. I'm working on 90 minutes of sleep over 36,
About
40
36
hours.
hours.
Yep. And we
And Chad's over in the corner snoring, and
So Chris had gotten to the point where not only was he slap happy from lack of
he was
sleep,
kind of drunk too.
no, he was more than kind
Oh
of.
yeah,
I mean-
he was toasted.
drunk.
He was
So,
gone.
He was good.
Applebee's has this magical drink that is electric blue.
Oh, it's awesome.
And it is filled with nothing but about 5 pounds
I mean,
of
it's
sugar.
Long Island.
So
Pretty awesome.
he kind of hit that point really quick, and then that was tasty. You know what would be perfect?
Another one.
Another
one.
one.
So he goes for 2 fishbowl drinks, and then we get back to the hotel.
Hey,
now keep in mind,
I-
we had gone to the liquor store before
Yeah,
going
and we
to
had,
dinner.
he had the little
we had picked
bulbs.
up little bottles and beer.
And I'm pretty sure I had a drink before we hit
And-
Applebee's.
and we also
a
had
shot.
the
We
had
did.
the
Are we talking
apple
about my
stuff,
alcoholism?
too.
I feel called out.
Hey, no, but now that we have you here, and we want to
It's tour
just
life. That's supposed to happen.
we want to discuss where
Having
you
fun.
hang out mostly is bars.
Yeah.
Okay, we have
Hi,
noticed.
my name's Chris.
So he then decided to start hitting the Jaeger a little bit when we got back to the hotel.
yeah.
Keep
Jaeger.
in mind, by the time he's hitting the Jaeger, Chad's gone.
I'm
He's
gone.
snoring.
Yeah, Chad was
he's in
out.
the corner. He's
So-
done.
My thinking
Chris
before
was
you get here, hold on,
snoring.
before you get here, my thinking is to disrupt snoring, you usually just nudge somebody or you're
Yeah.
forcing the roll.
Oh.
Chat, I'm laying down too. I'm dead. I'm ready to go.
I'm
It's-
laying by
it's-
the door watching.
He's
this
like
all
15 feet away
transpire.
from me. And I was just like,
And
Well,
you've
so
already
I-
warned early in the run that I will throw my pillow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because-
here we go.
Yeah. So the whole start of the tour, everybody got warned. All of us
Yeah.
by
If
Chris.
you're snoring
if
too
you
loud.
start snoring, I'm just going to chuck a pillow at you.
And
I can guarantee almost every bed that we're in has at least 3 pillows. So I got at least 2 chances to knock you out.
I did it to you too.
Yeah, you did it to me.
Yep.
But
this specific time,
Chris didn't quite have the energy to really launch the pillow.
oh no, it floated like
so
a majestic
he kind of just
bird.
flung it in the air.
And it just hung there for a moment.
It was
And
like
then
a
kinda did
3-point
couple
shot.
somersaults.
Yeah.
And instead of landing on Chad in a way that might disturb him,
No.
and might wake him up or stop him from snoring on his head,
Instead
the pillow lands directly on Chad's ass.
Right
and
in
not in a
between.
way where it just kind of fumbles and crumbles down.
Just
It
stands up at attention.
Straight up.
At attention,
At
right in
attention,
between
like
the
it was a
cheeks.
stick right in between his cheeks.
It was
And we all
amazing.
lost it. We all lost it.
And Chad did not stop
And a hashtag
snoring.
was
It did disrupt my snoring because I woke up to your laughter, grabbed the pillow.
No,
Us laughing at you. Us breaking
got
out
you to
all-
wake up because we were
all I-
laughing for a while.
All I remember is
And
hearing
your
a bunch of
snore.
laughing,
You
and
didn't
I reached
flinch.
behind me, grabbed the pillow,
You did.
and just cuddle with it.
Removed it. You did, but we were sitting there giggling for a good hard minute. Yeah, we were laughing, and it was like as soon as it landed, it was.
It did
So
not.
it didn't even phase you, man.
Fortunately for you, I think I fell asleep pretty soon after
Oh
that.
yeah, no, you were
I was
done
like,
after
that was it.
Well,
I was
after that
done.
laughing fit took the last of your
Yeah.
energy.
It pretty.
Yep.
Yeah, I
probably
mean that
did.
was a. That
I was
a
like
good
that.
time.
I think I finished my ear, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh my god!
Majestically floated like
Yeah,
a bird.
being-
No, but I did. So there was we stayed in a room, and he was snoring, and I remember throwing I literally just flung it
Oh, I think that was when we played.
sidearmed it and just flung. Is that where it was?
Yeah, it was in Chicago. We were playing.
And I just
Oh,
flung it and hit him in the
yeah,
back,
Yep.
and it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked like it was supposed to.
Yeah, we were in
I
Chicago.
think
and
twice.
I wake up the
Did you
next
end up with
morning-
two of
Oh,
them?
that's right, because we had separate rooms for our
Yes.
Chicago.
Did you end up with two?
Yeah.
I think you ended up with two
So
pillows.
it was
I
you
was on
two
the
and
floor.
Yeah.
Well, you said the first one you didn't even get onto the bed, let alone hit me with. So the second pillow was the one that actually got me.
That's right. It was we played
was
Brower
that
House.
the night you and I had to be side
Yeah.
by side on a air mattress?
Brower House.
No,
Chicago.
this was in Chicago before the
that-
tour.
Yeah,
That-
this was
Oh,
at
that's
Brower
right,
House.
yeah,
The
this-
show
Brower
that
House.
you and I were side by side in was in
well-
Allentown.
Oh yeah.
We were in Allentown because we had to. The only way we could situate all
Is that
the
the
air
only way to
mattresses
move
in-
everything?
Yeah, we had to
By the way,
rearrange
by the
our
way,
hotel room.
Steve hardcore farts in his sleep.
Oh heck yeah!
I
do.
mean, we're
We all do.
relaxed.
I think we all probably
I don't
do.
give a
When
fuck.
you're relaxed, it's a body natural function that happens.
Yep, and
Yeah,
that's
well,
when I
it wakes
try
you
and roll
up
when
and
I'm
you're right
passed
next
out.
to somebody. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I still think the worst sleeping experience though out of the whole tour. We're all
Cincinnati.
idiots. All 5 of us are idiots,
How's
and I'm going to
this?
tell you why we're all idiots. So we all said, "Well, we need to bring air mattresses," and some of us are, "We need to bring pillows." Not a single one of us was to bring a single damn sheet.
Well, you know what though?
Sheet
No
or blanket.
sheets.
Sheets or
No
blankets.
Some sort of
I
cover.
went and I got extra blankets that night because I was freezing to death. And I look over
Oh,
at
man.
Steve. He's laying on an air mattress next to me. We had an extra one, so he
I
just
had an uninflated air mattress.
uninflated air mattress.
And I completely
Oh.
turned the uninflated
Yeah.
air mattress
As I'm
Into
still
a blanket.
as I'm laying next to him, still shivering. You know, like it's
I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm like, forget this, and I went and I got myself a blanket. And yeah, the lady at the thing
I
was
was-
just looking at me like,
I was
Chris had a
spent.
bed.
I was spent on all that because I was driving.
yeah, you
And
were
I do
gone.
appreciate you guys. I
And we
do
had gone
appreciate you
over to
guys
the
giving me
lake.
that.
Yeah.
Huh?
We'd gone over to the lake
Oh, yeah.
also, and Chris got warm and fuzzy and went swimming, and then got told to
Oh,
get
yeah.
out of the water by the cops.
Well, that's
I
the
remember
Coast Guard.
that.
The Coast Guard comes out of the whatever
That's
they call them.
that's because once nightfall hits,
Yeah.
It was wasn't Lake Erie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were
Lake
in
Erie.
Lake Erie, but the only reason
It was
humorous
slippery,
was
too.
because
it was slippery.
No, I mean there was a lot of
water?
rocks. There was a lot of rocks.
Oh,
and,
well, that was
okay.
because that was all
moss or
like
something.
old dumping land for like bricks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But the reason it was
At least
funny,
it was
we
the
weren't
toxic
at the
waste.
beach.
yeah, we were not at the beach.
No, we
We
weren't
were
by
at the
any
lake.
train tracks.
Okay,
we're
fine.
safe from toxic waste.
we were at
weren't
the
by
lake,
train-
but we were not at the beach.
exactly,
Now,
and we weren't by train tracks,
The
so we were
reason it was
safe.
funny though is
in Ohio.
the cops came by and they told Chris, "All right, need to get out." And, okay, he starts to turn around to kind of go back in, and then he gets about halfway, and then he just kind of sits and floats around a little bit longer.
Well, they left. I was
I
like,
know.
I was like, I don't care.
Well, they're not here to check on me anymore.
What are they gonna do?
Okay.
What are they gonna?
Yeah,
I'm
turn
listen.
around.
What are they gonna do? I am I am 5'8", and I'm in water that's probably 3 feet deep.
Oh,
What are they
maybe
gonna
at
do?
that point.
They're not gonna pull their boat up and like arrest me.
Yeah.
What are they gonna
Well, I
do?
know. I just found
What are they gonna
videos
do?
Where you're like, okay,
Cool, all right.
You're like starting to walk.
Turn
and all
around,
of a
walk
sudden
back.
You're like
Yeah,
looking
no.
at their boat.
No.
And they're out of sight line. You're like, nope. And you just sit down and you just sit down half soaking.
I did. I got close enough to get on, like, to kneel down and just chill and be like, nope.
It was
Nope.
it was just him trying to be like anti-police.
No,
at that
it was
moment.
because, like, no, I'm an adult. Screw you.
Well, and
It's
then,
totally not that.
well, and then it turned into a funny situation where the cops kept coming back around because apparently somebody had set off a whole bunch of Chinese lanterns.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Chinese
yeah.
And they
lanterns.
were going and
They
fishing
were
out,
landing,
so they kept circling around the alcove.
Yeah,
that
they
we
had
were
to keep circling because like as soon as the lantern would land, they'd make their way
That
over.
was some, that was some
and fish
pretty
it
views,
out.
though. So we got to make sure that look at their
There
dates.
is a couple photos that we had from that spot that we
Yeah, I
put
ended
up.
up posting
Unfortunately, it was a photo that Chris took, so he's not in the photo. That was
unfortunately.
like a really good panoramic.
Unfortunately, shut up.
But the
Yeah, we're
the
gonna
fun
take
part
Labor
about
Day.
it-
I think it's Labor Day off.
Yeah, we're taking Labor Day
Yeah,
off.
we're taking Labor Day off.
Tell your mom and
the,
dad it's fine.
So we will be somewhere between Raleigh and Richmond.
yeah, tell your mom and dad about those
Destination
dates too.
spots, family vacation, photo opportunities.
Yeah, come
Water.
join us.
We need to all be able to get behind the big placard thing that has paintings, and we can put our face through, and
Dude, I'd love that.
Family
Dude.
photo.
I would love that. I don't care. I would love that. Having stuff like that.
Once
is
again,
just-
I'll be taking the picture.
Well, we
That's-
Oh, don't worry.
Well, we had all those great Chicago photos where we were standing with the statues and having
and the
fun.
bean,
Flicking
and
the bean.
And the bean.
and we
Yeah,
had
brain.
that big silver bean. That was cool.
By the way, thank you YouTube for pushing the algorithm on that title. Because man, that ended up with like 7,000 views in a couple days because of the
Yeah.
title.
the bean.
wasn't necessary tour, but it was still a nice little.
Yeah,
No,
that was a nice
but
one.
it was just being able to do
We
activities.
were trying to
with
grab
the
2
band
dates
and
back to back,
enjoying-
right? And we
Yeah,
only just
well, we
made
were
the one.
technically at first trying to grab like 3, and then it ended up turning we were just trying to grab 2, and then we were clamoring with all hope, even at that last day of the come on, let's just grab that other second date. And
We still
Yep, yep,
salvaged.
yep.
It was a wild day in Chicago. I remember it was wet.
yeah,
It was so wet, so
it was
wet.
so
It was kind of chilly too.
Jeff was a little
A
soppy.
lot of walking,
I
Oh,
mean,
we did
lot
a
of
lot
walking.
more walking than we ever intended.
and then
to
we
do.
made it to the pier,
Wish
and then
me
we
my
ended up
socks,
having some
honestly.
good, decent
a little bit
lunch.
sweaty.
Yeah, we did Native
Sweaty.
Pier, but that was after we had already gone to the river because we went to a restaurant that on Google Maps.
said
Oh,
yeah.
Where,
Yeah,
where
it
were
was
we going?
open.
Where were we trying to
Yeah.
get
It
Dickies?
was the
It was the one that was down in the basement.
Dickies?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
and
Yeah.
then we walked up
Was
it
on it. and
Dickies?
it
That's
was,
where
like,
we were
closed.
trying to go.
Because we were walking past the
No,
House of
we
Blues. The
Yeah, the House
the,
of Jazz and Blues. We
no,
walked
yeah,
past
we
it.
walked past
the one
that.
where they
Yeah,
like
that was
make fun of
Dickies.
you and stuff, and they write stuff on your hat. That's Dickies.
And
I've never
then-
been there, but I'm pretty sure.
And
it's
then we ended up at the pier going to Harry Carey's.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I actually was in Chicago last weekend, and they are permanent closed. So
Are
I
they?
was outside. I was in line
Probably
waiting for a
busy
show at House of Blues, and they're closed.
Well,
Oh.
I mean,
So-
I guess they. Need
I
to
won't
update
be
Google
told-
Maps.
I guess I won't be told to get my own
So,
water out of the toilet.
on our
no
indie
more.
stop, on our indie stop, we'll hit Dickies on the way.
Yes.
That's
We'll
fair.
get some. We'll get
That's
some
fair.
Dickies.
Yeah, I need to get yelled at and
Yeah.
told.
Yeah,
He's-
I just want to be
he's
made
just
fun
adding
of
the
while I'm trying to
E's.
eat.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll go to Dickies and then we'll get some sheets.
That's
Well,
fair.
On our way to- on our- as long as we
Sheets,
swing by
that's right.
Hooters on the way.
Sheets were coming for you.
Sheets.
Um,
I'm about to like buy like stock into sheets.
but yeah, the and then the Allentown one. So the fun part about Allentown, as good as the venue was, there was no parking
None.
at
None.
all for Allentown.
Oh,
So we
God.
walk in, we talk to the promoter, and we're like, "So where should we be putting the truck in the trailer?" He's like, "So you
6
know about
blocks away.
4 blocks down from where you just came from, there was an empty lot that looks abandoned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Window
we unloaded
shop.
everything onto the sidewalk
Yeah.
to let you guys go and park.
I remember this now.
Yeah, I
I
remember.
was
Oh,
getting
dude.
the Harrison.
And there was so many different people just coming and going, random people. Some folks didn't
well,
look the most
the lot,
respectable.
the lot we were
Really
pointed to
good
park
time
into
there,
was empty.
Yeah, it was a great place.
and gated
Yes.
potentially.
Multiple signs everywhere and painted signs everywhere. Do not park here, will be towed. And we're
Right. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I swear to God, if we come back because the promoter told us to park here and there's no
Yeah.
vehicle to come get.
Long
Yeah.
story.
Either
even
well,
longer.
either that or it just gets locked into the place. That was my
Yeah.
other concern. Like then what?
So
Oh, we'd have rammed that gate.
the last story we're kind of share right now, we won't give all the details,
I
but
would've cut
also
that.
in Allentown,
No.
we had our buddy over here kind of have a good thing happen to him.
It was
And the
Evening
situation, the situation ended up resulting in us needing to kind of give him some time. Because of that, though, we also all realized we needed gas. We needed food. We really needed gas. We had gotten in so late to check into the hotel. We didn't have time to get to the gas station. We got straight to the venue.
Yeah.
We were pulling fumes. I think your gauge said that we could go 20 more miles.
Yeah.
And we were done.
It was
And
real
so
close.
we're getting done with the show. It's like 1 a.m. It's a Sunday.
Wasn't
We're,
that
what,
like a
no, I remember that we were
gas
double digits,
station
like
thing,
low
or-
double digits. Like we need to find a gas station like now. Like
I don't
Yeah.
remember the
we
gas
can't
station.
we can't risk going back to the hotel.
We went to a Kroger. No,
It was like a
It was like a
Kroger-
Kroger gas station.
Dude,
It's
and-
like a Kroger shelter
Okay.
thing.
Hey, we have Kroger here in this town too. I like Kroger generally, but whatever was happening in this gas station was not okay. Half of the food that we had in choice, it was like already.
Wait, no, you can't. Like, it's what time is it? It's like 12.
Oh no! By
2
that time it was
a.m..
already almost 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't blame. Like
It was like 1 a.m. We got told by the cashier. So their whole cooking area is all shut
Yeah.
down. But the cashier, we walk in, we're like, we need to eat, and everything you have needs to be microwaved.
He's like, "Oh, you can go use
Just
the
go
microwave."
back in the kitchen area and
It's
use
fine.
the microwave. It's fine. We're like, are you sure? He's like, I don't care. So
So yeah, we had warmed up food from the microwave in a professional cooking area
Well-
we weren't technically allowed to be in.
Well, I had the warmed up food. You had gotten something.
I had gotten
that-
some really disgusting somethings, and
Yeah, that was,
unfortunately,
like,
it was one of those nights where I'm like,
slimy and
okay.
expired and
Yeah.
not so good.
I took like 2
you didn't
bites.
get sushi or something, did you?
No, it was like
No.
a sandwich.
I don't
didn't
remember what I got.
have
So
sushi.
it was so.
I wouldn't have trusted any sushi
It was
there.
the worst.
Dude, but
worst
at least it would have
pizza.
been the end of the line. There would have been
Yeah,
nothing
for you,
else there.
yes, it would have been the end of the line.
It's like, and so the tour was over with
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least that one you would have understood. I know why I died.
Yeah, you know, it's like I'm hanging out with God. And he's like, "So you
We
had
did-
the sushi?"
We did have a
Like,
good.
"Oh,
It was a
right."
long trek back, 9 hours.
I was going to say that whole
And then-
tour, even though it was a
Oh, and I
short,
sat up front
dated
with
one,
Chris at that point.
Yeah,
We
you-
held- we held hands.
and you were mute or
and-
something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pretty much
Just
rode the
like-
whole way by myself.
No, well, I mean, I was. What do you,
Yeah.
dude? At any point in time, I would have driven.
No, it
That's
wasn't a drive.
What,
You
he
were-
just
I needed a
needed some-
navigator. I needed somebody to keep me awake.
Somebody.
I kept you awake.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
But
I sat
That's
there-
why he fell
Don't,
asleep.
don't judge me.
That's what we're here for. We're
Yeah.
all judges.
Yeah, that's
what's
literally-
your phrase? If I didn't love you, I wouldn't pick on you.
There you go.
No, actually, my phrase is
And then the edit will be you.
Yeah, my phrase is F to the uck you.
yeah, there you go.
No, we stopped at Hershey. We had a good good
No, we
lunch.
didn't stop at Hershey.
No.
We stopped at Yingling.
Yingling,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, dude, that
Yeah.
was great.
I just remember I was like, yeah, I'll get. I remember. I do remember the French fries.
No.
I was like,
it
I'll
was
get
at
some,
Pottsville.
what was the
Yeah.
Was it in Pottsville?
Pottsville.
was
No, no, no,
Boom Boom.
no.
Boom Boom fries? Those things.
Oh, yeah, the
No, hold on.
Oh.
Literally
Hold on.
fire, man.
Just
Boom
so we're
Boom
clear,
fries.
everybody, Yingling, the original Yingling factory, is in Pottsville,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
on Pottsville Drive,
Sponsorship, please.
and it's 420
Please.
Pottsville Drive.
Also, we love you, Yinling. Thank you.
And
Yes.
we really are not actually joking about any of
All
the
of this, yes, all of it is, yeah, everything we've said is true.
I was
like-
able to. I was able to drink
the
my samples.
non-beer guy was able to
I was able-
appreciate
it was
it
good.
only
Oh,
because
the
history
brewery,
was there.
the
Yeah,
tour
not
was
free beer.
Tour was cool.
amazing. It was
And
a
I've
lot of
toured.
fun.
I've toured. What is it down in Kentucky? I've toured Jim Beam.
Jim
Okay.
Beam's cool.
So it was kind of neat to see like the other side. with
Right.
Whiskey
Well,
and versus
you
beer.
also it's keep in mind they not only are the oldest brewery, they have still a lot of the components from the original brewery
Yep.
for Yingling. It's not just the old one that
The-
they've
they-
renovated.
The
Yeah,
most
they
memorable
just
thing
stopped
for me was when they
using
showed
it.
the
That's what it
trucks.
is.
So like back in the day, the trucks were more of a boxy truck.
Yes.
Now we've got semis, full 18
Oh, it was
rig.
interesting
And the-
watching those guys swing
Dude,
in and out.
It was like the
Oh,
tight
I thought he was
man.
gonna take the
spot
building out
to park
couple
a truck
times, man.
and pull out with all the. That was
Yep.
an
But
inch. To
we had
move
that. The coolest part, if any of you ever get an opportunity, not only is it a free tour you get 2 free samples of any of their beers.
As long as you're 21.
As long as you're
you have to be
21.
21.
And they give free birch beer, non-alcoholic. to
Oh, that
anybody
birch
who's
beer
under
is so good.
21.
And-
And guess
Super
what?
yummy.
You can only get it in the tasting room.
Yep.
I
Yep.
tried.
You
to
can't
get
get
it
it
other
anywhere
Yeah, there's-
else.
yeah.
You can only get it in the tasting room.
They had a pretty large gift shop too. That
Yes,
was
they had an awesome
Yeah,
gift shop.
awesome
But
gift shop.
that honestly was
It was
probably
really cool there.
the best way to wrap up that tour run was just kind of a let's go chill, have
Let's
fun.
go chill.
I mean, that
have
was
fun,
an
yeah.
amazing pizzeria that we went to.
lunch.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff bought me lunch. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was
what?
lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know,
I had
all of
money
us
that
almost
day.
I
choked
know,
on our
right?
own spit, and all of us almost choked on our own
I thought
spit
I
when
didn't
Jeff
have
started
money, and then
talking
found out
about
I
the
did,
Great
so.
conversation that
Well,
Chad
I
had.
mean, like, honestly, just because he had a conversation and we were all excited. So,
But yeah, that tour run was really awesome. We're hoping that this next run we get even more fun stories.
yes.
A little less sunburn.
Yeah. So once again,
I
we're
hope.
going
A
out in
little less-
September. We're planning on leaving Fort Wayne September 1st and hitting the Indianapolis area the 1st, Knoxville on the 2nd, Raleigh on the 3rd, Richmond. We'll do a loop around, hit D.C., Baltimore area, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Detroit. If you guys are in those areas, especially around
Hang out with us.
Raleigh, Richmond, we're looking for a day off there.
yes.
Yep.
Venues, friends,
Hang out.
places to crash, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
because
other
if we could
other
do
bands
this-
to play
lessons
with.
learned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
other bands to play with, ways to network. I mean, honestly, we just want to expand and continue doing what we get to do. And
For those of you who are not musicians, not listening, these aren't like vacation days. It's all travel and work. It's all so
It
don't
is.
be like, hey, you should go see this museum and this zoo
yeah,
and
well,
this.
we'd love
like,
to.
We'd love
Like,
to,
I'd
but
love
That'd be
to.
awesome. We are sitting on a 2-hour window because do keep in mind something a lot of people don't consider is the show might start at 9.
We have
We
to
get
be
to-
there at 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 because we have low
places to eat would be nice.
Yeah.
That's not around Fort
Yeah,
Wayne. I would love
suggestions
to
for
look for.
places
It's not
to
just
eat.
sheets because
Yeah.
we already know.
What did we already said?
Yeah,
is it
sheets.
Bucas?
Sheets always.
What now?
What did we say? Buka?
Bucky's.
Bucky's.
Yeah.
Bucky's. It's like BUCC though. That's what
Yeah.
throws me off.
Yeah, I don't think
Buc-ee's
there's any
and-
Bucky's in the eastern part, but if there are, please let us know.
There might be some towards the southern. I don't know.
Yeah.
Canes. I think I suggested Canes if we're in that area.
Yep.
But
And Harps is another one that I've heard of. So
Awesome. Either way, we have some ideas of places, but if you're local, you're obviously going to know them better. So let us know where we need to go.
And more detail on tour will
September
come up.
1 through 10, we're making that loop.
Yep. All
yeah,
right.
if you happen to know any good restaurants for us to go to, or any bands we should be playing with, or a better venue to be playing at,
hit up
we are
all our
for
socials.
all
that.
Yeah, hit up all
The
our
socials are a thing. But yeah,
Share.
yeah,
Sharing is caring.
Mhm.
It can be fun.
it can. Well, it's sounding like we're wrapping up our topic.
indeed.
All the love to everybody. Thank you so much for everybody who's listening.
We love your faces.
For anybody who is listening, all the love to you, and we'll catch you next time. Control
Oh, wait, and
freaks.
for those that are watching, because if you're watching,
Yeah.
we love you.
We
love
appreciate
you.
you
All right.
because
Be
if you're
good.
watching, that means that you really like us.
That means
Oh,
that's a
that's
huge
fair.
If you've made it this far,
Or at least you think one of us is pretty. At least one of us.
this is
Maybe.
yeah. That means
Rush the
you're
camera.
watching instead of
I
listening.
swear to God.
Oh my gosh!
You ever rush the camera again, I'm sweeping the
Dude,
legs.
no.
Love
no.
you guys.
Oh, love
Even
you.
better.
Have fun.
All right.
Collapse on the table. Nice.
Go ahead.
Thank you for listening to Actually Controller. If you liked what you heard, please consider following us on all our socials. You can easily find us on all the different platforms by going to linktree/controller33 or scan the QR code if you are watching the video version of this episode. Thank you.